Here's the plate. Chicken, broccoli, potatoes. Look, I'm not gonna sell it to you guys. It'll stay up. Oh my good lord, that's just so loud. Okay.
Hey everybody, this is a bit of a new format for the channel. We're going to be live cooking, making a chicken, potatoes, and some blanched broccoli. I hope you enjoy. What you're watching right now is me troubleshooting the upload for my 2026 predictions video, and that was a whole mess, I tell you what. Anyways, hope you guys enjoy the video, and stay safe out there. Alright, yo. We're going to cook this chicken. We're also going to make some home fries. We're going to make some blanched broccoli. It's classic, flavorful, and I don't think enough people are blanching their broccoli today. First thing I'm going to do is wash my hands. Okay, putting my soap in the sink so I can rinse any chicken residue off of it. Okay, got my hands washed off. First thing I do with the chicken is I put it out on this tray. This is a roasting tray. It's got a rack in it. That just lets the juices go somewhere. You want to leave it out for a little while, get it to room temperature. You'll notice the skin's starting to dry. Then I come in with a very light salting. Not light, but lighter than you might expect. That's because this isn't the only salting we're going to do. We're just trying to get the chicken to dry out a little bit more. We're doing pretty much, I guess you'd call this a brine or a dry rub. I like to get the wings, pull them out. This is just a chance to inspect the chicken, like know what you're dealing with. You got to know what you're dealing with. Sorry for the chicken jump scare, guys, by the way. If you weren't expecting to see a dead chicken when you clicked on this video, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to go ahead and preheat the oven. I like to start it really hot. And don't worry about it for a little while. I'm going to turn on the heat on my cast iron. And I'm going to get some water for the blanch pot. Sorry for the foot reveal, if you just got that. There's no sense in boiling a shit ton of water. You want it to be able to float in the water, but you don't need it. And that's just a little bit of salt. Now, guys, I don't mean to boast before I do this. I'll boast during. I've gotten pretty good at cooking what are maybe called home fries. Only dish I make is this knife. And, well, the pan, but, don't count that. Put a good amount of butter down there. Yeah, so you can do your taters right in the pot. You don't even need to get a cutting board out. I got the cutting board for, like, broccoli and for, like, when I'm pulling the chicken out. I just want to have a cutting board for a large operation like this. If you're just looking for some food, you're looking to fill yourself up, because, listen, potatoes are the best food. Potatoes are delicious and filling. And sometimes I'll just eat a bunch of potatoes cooked like this. And it's really easy to make. So it just kind of like solves your food problem for the day, and it can be really delicious, and you can do whatever you want with it. We need to let this keep heating up. I'm getting ahead of myself. Appa? Potato. Don't lick it. I don't think you're going to want to eat it. I'll give you one later when it's cooked. How's that? I got a shit ton of broccoli when I got groceries today, just because I was like, fuck, I need a shit ton of broccoli. It's the only green vegetable I really eat. I like spinach, but spinach you buy it, it takes up so much room in the fridge, So I'm looking for green vegetable suggestions. Any of you people out there in the comments who know any good green vegetables? I eat a lot of root vegetables, but I feel like it's, not the most well-rounded diet. I also bought a shit ton of carrots. Carrots and broccoli are the two classic vegetables for me. So we're not doing shit to this broccoli. All we're doing is cutting it up. And if you don't know how to cut up broccoli, it's really simple. You just cut it like I did. If I get a big one, what you do? It's from the bottom up. Just run the knife through. And then you get a smaller piece of broccoli. Bubbles from like the heat. Yeah, that's a perfect heat. Barely any sizzle. Okay? There's a reason we're doing this. I know you're like, oh, I want my potatoes to be crispy. That's you. Yeah, you're right. They're going to be nice and crisp. Okay? These potatoes are going to be nice and crisp. I'm not using my sharp paring knife. So I was thinking to myself, at some point I was like, damn, I want a potato chip. I had these potatoes. And I was like, there ain't no way I can really make potato chips without deep frying. And I don't really feel like deep frying anything because that would just be a mess and I don't have lots of oil in the house right now. So I'm like, okay, I'll make home fries, but I'll cut them like potato chips. But then it's like, you don't want to cut a thin ass potato because that's just going to wilt into nothing. So I'm like, cut a thick potato. And then I just made hash browns. And I was like, whoa, I've never made hash browns like this before. So the trick, you put the potatoes down and then you just got to, you see what I'm doing with my finger? Just this one doesn't want to go yet. This one's big. Just a slight, you can feel it break off the pan and go into a mode where it's ready to freely slide. You don't want to slide them around too much, okay? I can't tell you why. I don't fully understand it, but don't slide them around too much at the beginning, but you just got to break them up off the pan just slightly. And I use my hands for this. You could use a tool. I love a pair of tongs. Yeah, just break them up. Okay, and I'm going to bring the heat back down. Adjust the heat back down. Because this stove runs really high. I'm on like less than 2 right now. I'm on 1. And that's like where I leave it for cooking pretty much anything. So the next step for this chicken, I want you to know you can be as adventurous as you want with this. With herbs and shit. I start with a little bit of salt. I don't know, like a good amount of salt. I'm imagining the amount of salt that I would actually put on the chicken, which is, you know, a lot more than I have already put on the chicken. This pan, I think, needs a little bit more butter, so that's what it's going to get. You got to keep the pan happy doing this. Okay? Potatoes can be really good for the surface of the pan. They can be really bad if you just don't cook them right. You just got to cook them on low heat with like a good amount of like fat. But at the beginning, when you're doing that thing where you break the taters off the pan, you want it to be less fat. Now that we've actually got them going, we can kind of like get them to like fry a little bit on the bottom half. Like they can be like swimming in the oil. But for the first bit, you want the oil to be a thin layer. Trust me. I swear to God, you can trust me. I know what I'm talking about, okay? I'm not just talking shit in your fucking ear. I'm not bullshitting you, okay? And you're going to see when we're done, these potatoes are going to look fucking delicious. You're going to want to listen to everything that I've said, okay? You don't know a thing about me. You don't know a thing about me until you've seen these potatoes. You don't know nothing, all right? Yeah, I'm cracking pepper. What about it? Okay. Not funny. You can go as crazy as you want with the spices. I just do salt and pepper. If I had rosemary or other herbs, I'd put them in there. But yeah, I'm just like, I'm a salt and pepper kind of dude on my chicken. I like it to be a crispy surface, a good texture, and like taste good. I don't need it to be like seasoned any kind of way. And some people don't understand that, and that's all right. But I can definitely get down with a salt and pepper meal. That's what I'm going to put on my taters too. I'm not going to put anything fancy on them. Okay. So you can look at the surface of these taters as I'm flipping them. You can see we've got light browning in key areas. It's not, you'll notice it's not very like, it doesn't really look too cooked, but it's got light browning in key areas. That's what we're looking for. Potatoes are made out of crystals, organic crystals. You got to pay attention to their structure. If you ignore it, you're not going to cook them right. See, we've got, I'll say it one more time, we've got light browning in key areas. Well, I guess I'll drop the broccoli since my water is boiling away. Ooh, I don't know if I'll have any ice. That would be such a shame. Oh my God. There's ice. Broccoli, you're going to want to let it go. Completely submerged, but like, you see it's just free floating in this water that's like mildly salty. And I need to prepare my bowl. Uh-oh. Oh, yeah, bowl's down here. If you can't tell, my kitchen needs a lot of work. Yeah, it's kind of a waste of ice when you don't have a nice machine, but whatever. And these don't need, I kind of put a lot of water in this. Ice cubes are going to melt and coat the surface. That's just because I have a good amount of broccoli that I'm about to pull. And I want it to be like be able to be fully submerged in the ice water. But I can tell these larger stems are not cooked yet. So I'm just gonna let it go a minute longer. Normally you can pull the blanch like almost right away with most vegetables, but the broccoli is thick as fuck, so we're waiting. And I think that's probably good. It doesn't need to be too long. Done. Now we're gonna cut the heat here. Make sure the broccoli is like thoroughly cooling down, not because if you got a clump of it, it's not gonna be cool. And then just let it go. Yeah. And you don't want this to sit in that water for too long; it'll get pretty soggy. And I could have blanched the stem as well of the broccoli. In fact, I would have, but I'm going for the plate for the thumbnail. I'm gonna grab 2 more taters. Where did I put my knife? The fuck I put my knife? I'll grab my sharp knife, and then the problem will go away. Oh, there it is. I don't know why I'm using the dull one, to tell you the truth. I'm gonna have to have cut so much of me yapping about cooking. You're just watching me cut potatoes. So what I noticed is once you get the first potato done and seared, the next ones are like more quickly ready. I don't know if it's placebo, if it's just the potatoes make the pan more evenly heated, or if it is actually like a residue that the first potato leaves on the pan. It makes it easier for these ones to cook the way they're supposed to. It could be suspended in the butter, I think. That's what it feels like to me, but I don't have any evidence to support that. And there's the oven preheated. I would have let this bird dry out a little bit more, but I just got off work and I had to get the groceries for this video. Before we start on him, this is butcher's twine. I'm going to be tying the chicken. That's kind of the secret to getting good home oven roasted chicken is you got to tie it. At least that's what the game changer was for me. We're going to tie him and suspend him. I learned this from Adam Ragusia. He made a dish, chicken and potatoes, where he used the potatoes. He cooked the potatoes in the drippings from the chicken, and he hung the chicken above the taters. First, I'm obviously going to put salt and pepper on the chicken. I got distracted thinking about Adam Ragusia. Oh, Adam. I'm kidding. You're not just putting the damn seasoning on. You're preparing this animal. So have some respect. Do it. And right on. Make it. I'm take it. I'm just you. If it's nowhere to possible. And he was check seal. What's this? I would see no talk. You know. Now, what I do? Slip knot around 1 foot. Cross the legs. Go around the other leg. And kind of like crisscross them. And come up between them and then go down on the other side. Okay. Now we got to go around the whole body. It'd be better if I could get it around twice. Hold up. I'm fumbling with the twine now. I don't usually have a plan when I go into this. You want to be able to hold the chicken up like this. I don't mind that the wings are flying because he's going to be like this. Also, I can't tell you what knots I'm tying. I'm kind of just making it crazy. And then I'm going to tie a knot up here so I have something with which to hang it. I'm going to have to wash my hands. Sorry guys if the camera is really shaky or bad. Yeah, we got some good color on the side of these. Yeah, okay. We're going to give them all a flip. Check that out, guys. We got browning in key areas. Around here is when you can stop kind of focusing on them so much individually and just kind of start, treating them like hash browns. Like just kind of throwing them around, getting them cooked right. Now the main thing is just cooking these guys all the way through. I'm going to add some salt and pepper and the last potato. Okay. So here's the secret. Oh my god.
Hello everybody, it's me from the future. I dropped the camera, putting the chicken in, which is a shame because as I was telling you guys, it is the secret to getting the chicken right. You just need to hang it up. I'll tell you how I did it. What I did was I put that small pan I had in my hand just a second ago on the video. I put that small pan on the top rack and I put the loop that I tied on the chicken, I put that up through the rack and I hang it on the handle of the pan. What you can do is get an S hook. They're at the dollar store. They're at Walmart. Just an S hook. It makes it way easier. I keep not buying one, so I do this weird contraption with the pan in the oven, and I dropped a camera. It made it really hard to film. So don't do what I do. You have to hang the chicken. As long as the chicken is upright in the oven, you're going to be good. Nothing to worry about. Just hang the chicken. All right. Peace. Chicken.
It's a good thing you couldn't see any of that. Jesus Christ. I lost the insertion. Did I? I wonder. So, if you've made it this far in the video, thank you. You're one of the true few. You're one of the only people, I swear. You're one of the only people alive. I swear to God. Everybody else is a clone. They're fake. But you're here. You're real. Kill your parents. Kill your parents now. I'm kidding. I'm fucking kidding. That's not even getting in the goddamn video. And that's how you know I'm crazy. And that chicken, we're just going to leave him for like 25 minutes. So he's going to get to know his surroundings. And he's going to start cooking just a little bit. And that's when I like to go in, check, make sure everything looks good, feels good, is all right. And that's when I like to, set a timer, maybe come back, sit down for a minute. I want to see if this video exported. We'll see if it succeeded or failed in a little bit. I think the taters are about ready. Turn the heat off. Okay, we're back. Make sure to stand back. The oven's going to be rather steamy. So what I'm looking for here is good texture on the skin. I touch it and I can feel how brittle the skin is. Now you're not going to be able to see very well the chicken. Jesus, let me do this nicely. Hold up, putting the camera down. Okay. I'm going to get up close and personal. Stab a thigh. The thighs are going to be closer to the middle, or to the heating element on top. We're at 146 and still going. 148, 150. So the thighs are pretty much getting there, maybe 15 more minutes there. But you got to check the breasts separately. The 130s. All right.
Okay, here's the chicken, y'all.
Here is the chicken. Let's do a flip. The breasts are a little, feel kind of overdone, and not nearly as crispy. I didn't hang it up as high as I did last time I made this, but I'm really happy with how the back looks, and we're gonna carve it up. The leg oh my god, the leg skin got much crispier than the breast. I had quite a lot of water below this, which I would have preferred less moisture in the oven, but I didn't really want the pan to burn, so I was adding water into it just to kind of experiment with that. You want some chicken? It's gonna be really hot. Here you go. What do you think? Appa? What did you think of the chicken? Did you like it? Would you like some more? Appa, would you like more chicken? I got you. There you go. Alright, she's the chicken lover. Where did I put my freaking camera? It's right here. Yo, check out this freaking chicken, broccoli, and potato. Appa's barking. Chicken, broccoli, potatoes. Look, I'm not gonna sell it to you guys. Obama. Here's the plate. Here's the plate. Here's the plate. You just saw me make it. Now, potatoes are good. They're thick. They've got that crispness to them that I like out of a cooked potato. But they are fully cooked and chewable, which is like the other thing about them. The broccoli, I mean, it's just such a refreshing and a hearty vegetable, and blanching it just clarifies the taste, So this is a perfect like refresh against the potato. Now for the breast. Yeah, it's good. I really just shred my
my chicken breasts. I don't really. I mean, they're good, but it's more so a shredding type part of the chicken for me. You know what I mean? We're going in with the broccoli. The leg. I mean, come on. It's a chicken leg with crispy skin. It's just good. It's just a tasty and delicious morsel, and it's cooked properly. I mean, that's it. Once you have a chicken that's just cooked nicely, like once you know how to cook a chicken breast or a thigh, going up to just roasting a whole chicken is, I mean, it's kind of easy, and you get a lot of food out of it for cheap. It's kind of like chicken and potatoes. They're both inexpensive, and you can load up on it. It's a damn good meal. It feels like peasant food, but like upper middle class, you know, which is nice. It makes me feel kind of like a king. It feels kind of like classical French because it's so bland. Export failed at 99%, bro. What? No. Well, anyways, guys, this video wasn't like a how-to. It was just a rundown of this meal. Honestly, the only thing you need to take away from it is hang your chicken and do your potatoes right. And you can have a big ass, healthy ass, filling ass meal. And actually, you can have like, this will probably be like 3 meals for me, but sometimes I can gorge myself, you know, but there's nothing wrong with gorging yourself. I guess I'll include that. It's kind of a weird thing to say. There's nothing wrong with gorging yourself. Okay. Okay. All right. Look, I hope you guys appreciate this video. I appreciate this chicken, and I appreciate you. I guess stay safe out there, and I'll see you in the next one.